Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of the Synergy Traders VIX and News trading event, hosted by TradeOutLoud and TimingResearch.com. My name is David Kosmeter. I'm the creator of Timing Research, and Anka Metcalf, my co-host, is the owner of TradeOutLoud.com. So if you missed yesterday, we had 8 great presentations on VIX and news trading, and you can find those on TimingResearch.com. Or you can search for Timing Research on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. And we have another great set of presentations scheduled for today. I am recording each of the presentations separately, and I'm I'll work on getting those processed and posted to Timing Research as quickly as possible. And remember, all trading and investing involves risks and might not be right for everyone. Be sure to consult your financial advisor. And please view the full set of policies and disclaimers on TimingResearch.com. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to ProTrader Mike for the first presentation.
Thank you very much for having me on the show again, Dave. And the state of the markets, pretty roller coaster crazy lately. You guys should be seeing my screen. How's my voice coming in? Mic test, is it coming in okay?
Sounds good to me.
And how's my screen coming in right now? Clear?
Yeah, looks good.
All right, let's check out the Dow right here. This is the 446 points higher. And we're going to go to the daily. Phew. There's a group of people out there. They're called the Plunge. I think there's a couple of them. The Plunge Protection Team. Right here. They are a name given to a working group in the financial markets, created in 1988 to provide financial and economic recommendations when things get out of control with the market. Cancel. It says the takeaways, the Plunge Protection Team is a name given to the working group by the financial markets by the Wall Street Journal. Its official mission is to advise the U.S. president during times of market turbulence. Critics fear the Plunge Protection Team doesn't advise, but they intervene and prop up stock prices, colluding with banks to rig the market in effect. And right about here, this is going to be similar for the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. So right here, you have this nice floor about 34,500, and it dropped 1,000 points that one day to 33,500. Since then, it's gone back up 1,000 points and more. Where is it at right now? 34,706. So it's 34.8 from 33.6. Or 33.5, that's 1,300 points. So if we would have added 1,300 points to the downside here, we would be in it would be all over the headlines. It would be a recession, market crash, doomsday. It started with Black Monday. That was the day we were down 1,000, but they propped it back up and they saved the day, because we would have destroyed that. And we would have destroyed that down there and gone under 33,000. 33.5 is where it was at. Minus 1,500 puts it at 32. So we would have been around 32,000 on the Dow. And we're back still at 35. Same exact thing happened right here with the S&P. The same thing happened right here with the NASDAQ composite. The day was saved. So that's what happened. So with these days, you just have to ride what's trending with the markets going higher, and when the markets are lower, you have to be hedging yourself, and you can do that with these three stocks. You can do that with the VXX. You could see when the market went down right here to this red bar, the VXX popped up right here to $32 a share. It's now at 25. So shallow the market correct again. This is actually a good buy right here. Very low risk. Take a little look on the VXX. So you got very little risk in here, down to 25. And then you got a reward to 27, 28, 29, and 30 again. It already has been to 32. It spiked last time. It did the same thing right here. It went from 27 to 37. And then the plunge protection team came in right here. So that's a good one. This stock that looks very similar to that is this, VIXY, which is the volatility index, VIXY. And UVXY. They all trade the same. They're all ETFs that trade counter of the market. So that's pretty much it. What do you want to look at? Clove and PLTR and VIPs. It's a good one. Patrick does. All right, Patrick, here's Clove. It was at 8 this morning. It seems to trick you every morning, doesn't it? Here it was, 8:05, 8:08 in the pre-market. They hold it up with just a little bit of shares. 500 shares, 300 shares, 1,000 shares. And they just hold it up here thinking, you know, it's going to do good. Then the market opens and they get a lot of volume in and it goes lower and they get out of 562,000 shares and they sell it because they tricked you over here on 4,000 shares. It's a trick. If you Google Kramer, so I don't think I can play it on the show because are you allowed to play other YouTube videos on your show, Dave?
No, we can't do that. The YouTube will reject it.
So you can Google Kramer manipulates, I'll put it in the chat, the market. Pre-market scam. You can Google something like that and you'll see him talk about, a trick within the industry, how the hedge funds, the banks, and the big boys, let's say they got on their table $50 million. They go in $500,000 in the pre-market, show some artificial buying to prop it up. Then when the market opens, they unleash the dogs and they sell all their stock, and very legal to do and very easy trick of the trade for the market. And Kramer's real good at doing that. Guy wants me to discuss Amazon. Let me check out Amazonian. Nice rebound through Heinz 3,400. That's what it did. Yeah, same thing with the market at 33.05. You're lucky it didn't go into 3,300 and head to the bottom down here, which one day it might. 3,182 stopping station. Shall Allah the market correct? Back here in time, this hasn't happened yet, but it will. For Amazon, this bar and this day right here hasn't happened red yet. May happen right in here. So that green bar need a little red bar to match it. Where's the match? You can match every other size bar within this whole chart, but that green one stands out. You need a red one to match it. It's my opinion. PLTR. Peltier. We spoke about this one actually on your show last week. Said this one actually looked pretty good. It was in here at about 26. It made a breakout to 29, came down to 28. Now it's heading back up. So it's setting higher highs, but lower lows. And you could see on this chart, every single green bar is matched by a red bar. There's none that like huge stands out red that has to be matched. This red one's this green one. This one's this one. These three are these three right here. You can match up every one. This one and this one is this one and this one. This red bar is probably this size of that green bar. And then everyone matches each other. There's nothing that really, all these four right here are all these right here. So you have this one that stands out right here, which is probably this one right here. And that's how stocks work. That's how stocks work. I've been doing it for 30 years. There's no like Fibonacci line or conduit. There's these Chinese terms for stock indicators that just you can get lost on. Trade according to price. So this one's looking good. This PLTR looking good, heading up into chairlift on the daily. Let me show you. So this one heading up right here on the chairlift, going to go up into 80% on the stochastics and then stay above that. If it goes above 80%, I would say that's 29 and 29.50, and keeping it above would be $30. Last time it did that was right here. It went from here to here. Last time it did it, it flashed and died. It was a very two-day move right here. And the last time it did it was right here. It went from here and finished here, which is this red bar. So it did do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-day run. And if we see that now breaking above this, it could go to 31. I like the PLTR, it looks pretty good. What do you mean match by matching each candle? If it matches, that means there's no surprise in the direction of it coming. If there was a big red, you may see a big green coming up if there was a big red back in the past to match the size of that candle. VIPS, VIPS, we'll see it on the stock chart too. VIPS is nothing. So you could see here on VIPS. VIPS may actually be a big green coming. So if you look at go back a couple of months on VIPS, this bar stands out right here. So this could be a green right up here. The size of that, sending it up into 14. Wouldn't surprise me at all. You have every other bar is the same size. So this red is equivalent to this green. This red is equivalent to this green right here. You could match up everyone. Here's a decent size green. Here's a decent size red. These two reds equals this green. Nothing that stands out on this chart, but this one red bar that's big. That's about it. VIPs don't look like it's doing anything. No catalyst or conduit to make me like it. Facebook. Well, Facebook has some reds to match. That bar, this bar. Well, you got this right here. So this match right here just happened right here. I'd say they're exactly the same, wouldn't you? Look how exactly the same they are. I'll show you how they match. So you got 4 that's separated over here. and you got the separation right here. So we get 2 more days down here, matches that. Then you got this, which is that. And that's it. So those match right there beautifully. This is nothing. You have this, that green matches that red. This one matches this one. This one, green matches this red. They're all the same. So I see red coming. I see this coming down to 322 to 27. Expect 318. Maybe to the bottom of this bar down here. Right here. On Facebook. I don't like it. Don't like Facebook at all. Facebook be bad. What's another one? CEI. That's the cane. That's the one they're all over Zach on with the market. All right, let's go to a couple other ones. Apple controls the market. So the overall state of Apple. A lot of people own Apple. Looks just like every other one. So Apple, you have some reds coming. You don't think every Apple's got a bad worm? Nah, I doubt it. So this is probably going to teak back down. You got this green matches that red. Look at that, how perfect that is. So you have this group right here that just this run hasn't been matched yet. It'll fill in right here. Why do I keep on saying that? There's a term in the market. When I first started trading, Dave, I used to think every time I got into a stock, the market would crash and that would be the moment. It would be the end. Because I bought it. I'm like, you ever watch the Flintstones when you were younger? And you had that one, you watched the Flintstones at all? You know that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who Schleprock is?
That sounds familiar. I'm not.
He's the guy that when he walks in, he's the friend of Fred's Flintstone. When he walks in the room, the band, the piano breaks. When he walks in the room, it crumbles. Everything. He's the picture of bad luck.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's who he is. Everything goes bad when Schleprock walks in the room. That's how I used to be. I'm Schleprock with the trading. So I'm like, oh my gosh, the market didn't crash. I got out too early. And really the market doesn't crash. I'm learning this over time, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. There's one word, and I teach it in my Mojo classes, that market makers, and they know this in the Mojo room, are required to maintain an orderly market. That's why you keep on seeing every candle match every other candle, because the market is very orderly. They have things in place to keep the market in order. Very, very important. Oracle, take a look at Oracle. Oracle looks pretty good for a downturn. So Oracle right here is in rail grind on the daily. So you got to respect it. You got to respect it over 80%. It could stay there. If it goes above all of these, it's going to be a first stage breakout. And then above here, I mean, this thing could be like really gone. Real gone. It could do one of these green bars, that big, huge, the size of that. They don't go bigger than that, because look at the red. The red is as big as the biggest green. So if you stick one over there, this thing's at 92, And if it's at 92, there's a 92% chance it's going to go to 100. At 95, there's a 95% chance it's going to go to 100. And the closer it gets to 100, the stronger it is. And it will stay up here in this rail grind above 80% on the stochastics down here for quite some time. It did it here. It went from 77 to 90. It went 780, 13 points. So 13 points from this 90 puts it at 103. It did it again here. It went from 80. It stayed in rail grind until it crossed here, which is that red bar, and that's 85. So that's 5 points. It stayed up there. So we could see a move possibly towards 100 on Oracle. I like that one. I also like this one, UVXY, because I think the market's going to come down, back down a little bit. And this one's going to go back through 22. And if the SPY, the S&P 500, comes down, this is the SPY. If it goes lower, this stock will go higher. And I like it at 22, 23, 24. These are the buy zones. Once it goes above 25, you set your stop at 25. And you let it ride and see if it goes 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30, and keep on raising your trail stop. This one, UVXY, is also optionable. Let me show you a great strategy for the UVXY. I could give you a basic strategy, Dave, or I can give you a more advanced strategy. Which one do you want? Or I can give you a combination. I can give them both. Which one do you want?
Yeah, let's see them both.
Really? Okay. So UVXY trades options. You can do this with UV and VIXY and VXX, but I'll give you an example with UVXY. Okay? And we're going to come out. These are calls and puts. Now, there's a guy by the name of Warren Buffett, who very famous investor. Warren Buffett, for the fans that don't know, sells puts. Okay? The most famous investor in the world uses a put selling strategy. Instead of buying the stock that he likes when it's undervalued, Buffett sells options when the stock is overvalued. Selling overvalued puts allows Buffett to rake in large premiums from his buyers. So the first thing that I like to do, I'm going to come up here, open up a little paint-a-roo, is I'm going to come down to the put, and these are the puts. And the stock right now is 22. I would love to own it at 20. 20 is a lot better than owning it at 22. So let's come down to the $20 strike price, and it's right here. We've got to come out an extra little bit of time and go out to October 1st, 1 week. Come down to the $21 put is 63 cents. I like it. Look, the 21.50 is 90, and owning it right at 22 where it's at is $1.25. I'm going to give you an example on this because I like it where it is. I wouldn't mind owning it here because I'm going to. And I'm going to collect this premium of $1.25. So right here, I'm going to take a little shot of this. Then I'm going to come to the 22. It's up 93%. And let's stick it right here. This is the best education ever for the audience. Let's go to a big font. So what we're going to do is we're going to go UVXY. We're going to sell one put. The premium's $1.25, which is $125 per contract. We'll sell one contract. That's a little big, that font. Just make it a little smaller. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to put into play. Now, three things are going to happen, Dave. The first thing that's going to happen, and this expires on 10/1 in a week. Okay, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to be higher than 22. Correct? You with me so far? I don't want to lose you. Okay, so it's going to be higher than 22 because it's at 22 now. So in a week, it's higher than 22. That put expires worthless. You keep $125. You didn't win on your little bet. That's not too bad. You just made $125 for doing nothing. Not too bad. Let's go to scenario 2. It stays the same. The stock is at 22 on 10/1. It expires worthless. You make $125 or $1.25. You keep it. It's called a premium. Not too bad. So if the stock goes higher or stays the same, you want to own it. It's not giving it to you now. It's just giving you the 125. The third thing that could possibly happen is it's lower than 22. You must buy 100 shares, which you wanted to do anyway, at 22. And you keep the $1.25. So your real cost basis is $20.75. And $20.75 in a week is a lot better than $22 today. Am I right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's why Warren Buffett's so big, dude. So what Warren Buffett does is does the following. And he did this with Coke and Kraft and all these companies. So let's say, and this is a $50 stock. He sells a $45 put. Because if Coca-Cola goes below 45, today it's at 50, he wants to buy it. So it'll get put to him. And he sells like 5,000 contracts. And the premium of 50 cents, he brings in all that money. And that's what Buffett does if the stock stays the same. If it goes to 45, he's going to have to buy 5 million shares. He wants to anyway. So now Buffett owns 5 million at 45. He goes in and he buys 51% of the entire company of the shares left of Coke. And he takes and he takes over the board of directors. And then he announces he owns the company, and it goes from 50 to 100, and he owns the whole company. That's what he does. So the first thing that you do is you sell the put on UVXY, And if it goes, like we said, you now are an owner of it. The next thing you're going to do on UVXY is you're going to buy 100 shares. So we're going to buy 100. Excuse my little typing on here, but it's good enough. At 22 is $2,200. That's what it's going to cost to outright buy 100 shares of UV. So you buy 100 shares of UVXY at 22 equals $2,200. Then what you're going to do is you're going to sell one contract of a covered call at $23. And the premium you're going to bring in is the following. So we go to 10-1, we go right here to $23. It's $1.15 right here. $1.15. Down 97 cents. So I think we can get $1.25 for it. Same price as we saw on that put. So you put it in at $1.25, which is $1.25 or $125 per contract. Now, three things are going to happen. That stock is going to be higher than 23 on 10-1. If it is, you got to sell it. You have to sell it at 23. You own it at 22. Plus, you keep the $1.25. So your sale price is $23.25. Number two, it stays the same. On 10-1, UVXY is the same price. It's 22. Option expires worthless. You keep the $125. Now your cost basis is $20.75, and you can repeat the strategy again and bring in another premium. If it's lower than 23, it's not 22, it's lower than 23. This is 23. Well, it actually stays the same. If it's lower than 23, it expires worthless. You keep the money, $125 or $1.25. So in scenario one, you win because you're selling it at 23 plus $1.25 is a $24.25 sale price. That's scenario one. It's at 22 today. Scenario two, it stays the same. You keep $125. You lower your cost basis to $20.75. Three, it's lower than 23. You keep $125. Your cost basis is $20.75. You can't lose. So that's called my triple threat strategy. One, you sell the put. Two, you buy the shares. Three, you do the covered call. If the stock is higher, you win on all three. You win the premium for the put, you win the premium for the covered call, you collect two premiums and you win. If the stock stays the same, you collect two premiums and you win. If the stock is lower, you collect two premiums and you win. It's a really amazing scenario. And people that want to learn more about that could come to Mojo Day Trading and ping me in the room. And I'd love to give you a lesson, a coaching lesson on how I do it and explain it and do the covered calls. It's quite an amazing thing. And what I'm surprised about, Dave, is what I've learned over the last 30 years and back in the day. Most people don't know about these covered calls. It's the most conservative protection insurance strategy there is on stocks. Brokers don't recommend it to any of their clients because you're tying the stock up. for a month, for 2 months, for a couple of weeks. And those brokers, if something should happen to come across the desk, well, today's hot product is the fund and you got to get all your customers in it. They can't do that and get all the customers in it if the customers are all doing covered call writing. There's no commissions in it for the brokers. So brokers don't like to recommend covered call writing to their customers because it doesn't benefit them. That's a very important thing. And covered call writing is the only option strategy that's allowable in an IRA account, to show you how conservative it is. So if you're an elder person and you're 65 years old on retirement and you've got a couple of $100,000 in blue chip stocks, you should be selling covered calls besides collecting the dividends to bring you in an extra 2, 3, 5, even 10% a month in premiums just for doing nothing but holding the stock, which you would be doing anyway. What do you think about that, Dave?
That sounds like a good strategy.
It works. It works. What else we want to talk about? Anything else from the audience? Want me to go over out there? I've gone over a lot, man.
Yeah, we got some time left. So yeah, anyone listening, if you have any other stocks or
X.
X.
You know, one looks good. Came right here, bouncing off the bottom right here, 2050. The red bar was probably close, 2093. It was very close. I like it here. Very good support. May fill in this gap back up here into the 23 range. Tap the bottom of that bar, which is 2311. Looks pretty good and solid down here. I don't know what the earnings are. If the earnings are bad and they're escalating down bad earnings, it could go below this 2050 because stocks in motion stay in motion and the trend is your friend, and that's trending lower and the motion's lower. So that's what I see. What's this one? PayPal. Check it out. PayPal. It is chairlifting up, but you kind of missed it already. Should have actually did a scaling down here off the bottom where this was your third buy. So that's your first buy. It's stabilizing in here. You can pick at it again. And this is your third buy, the biggest on the green. And now you're actually like looking to take profits. So I would be selling half here where it is, and then seeing if the rest goes up into rail grind, which would be above 280 and holding into 285. And that'll send it to the right. The only thing that would keep it up there is if it stayed above 285. So I see too much risk for that. And the reward's already been taken on PayPal. I don't think we see anything up here again. This is old history. So eventually this all will disappear to the left as time goes by. And then this in here will be your new look at PayPal. So the future is probably this. And that right there is a triangle down, a triangle up, down, up, down. It's just back and forth, back and forth. I don't see us doing much of anything. I see money coming out of the stock market and into the crypto market in 2022 as people tax sell into the end of the year. Rewalk's moving. RWLK from the other day, guys. RWLK traded 320 million shares the other day. Look, 320 million. I told you. I remember these things, man. Look at the move through two. Biggest bar of the day is through the Heinz 2. Look at the size of the bars through Heinz. Look at the biggest bar on this whole chart is right there. Besides the first spike, but it's the second biggest bar. And it's gone through two. That bar traded 2 million shares through Heinz, $2. That's a good one right there. Look at that RWLK, guys. I put that up on my watch list the other day. I got this newsletter, Dave. Every morning, I send out an email. Show you. Right here. And your audience can get this baby going on. So right here, look, I sent out your thing, bro. Look, traders for $7 a month, bro. It's $7 a month. It's the greatest thing. And every morning, I send out a watch list. I do all the research for you. So let me put this in the chat. Right there. And you could subscribe there. That's the link to subscribe. It's $7, dude. Let me show you what I put together. Okay? Besides your show, Dave, which is spectacular. So this is today's watch list. Look at this thing, how beautiful that is. I show you exactly what I'm looking at, explaining like what I'm thinking as I'm going through my morning scan. AMC, COS, GME, and Clove. This is the short squeeze group, and they're all green today. You could trade any through Heinz, like Clove through 8, GME to 200, COS to 18, AMC through 42, buying only at 95 plus, right under the even number. I couldn't get more specific than that. MRM, see it, at 14 was our day's big winner. That one, Dave, went to 16. That one went to 16 and let's see, MRM. It went to 1845, Dave, from this morning, on my watch list. First one on the watch list, by the way.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, so let me show you the other. So that was MRM, broke through that. AMHC, next one, RNAS. See that RNAS, really big winner. See the RNAS, 344. We traded that one through $4, bro. Check this one out this morning in the chat room. RNAS, that was Alan's pick this morning. Master Pro Trader Alan. It's 405 right now. RNAS, look at that. Been to 440. RNAS, look at this thing. Bought it this morning here at the open, right here about 9:30 as it's moving up higher. See that? Beautiful. Went all the way up to 424 in rail grind. So I'll show you how we all did rail grind, by the way, putting on the goggles. So we took the chair lift up right here. You could see how we're chair lifting up. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, right? Got a beautiful move right there on those 4 bars. Then we crested 80% right there. That's the rail run. Now, this first tip, I did a back double flip off that jump. Then I came down on the rail right there and I started going lower. I got a little nervous because I started picking up speed right there. But all of a sudden I went right back up and off this jump right here, did a back end tail grab. Then I came down right here, started picking up speed after that. I'm like, holy crap, I'm going way too fast. And I crashed right here as it crossed, which is this red bar. And I rode that rail. Look at that. All the way up to $4.30 almost. That's how you do it. Because what I learned, Dave, in the past, if I didn't have this trick called the rail grind that I do, I would have bought it here and sold it probably in the same bar and miss this bar, and this bar. But I learned after journaling in my journal over 10,000 times, this scenario, sticking it in my face, I said, you know what? Maybe I should hold it a little longer. And I tried it and I did it and it worked. And I had this and I'm like noticing it. I'm like, what can I call that? Because it's like above this line and I'm big into snowboarding. So I'll call it like riding a rail. And there you go. And it keeps me in the stock a lot longer. It did it here. You rode it from here to this red bar. And that's how it worked. It didn't do it any other time. It's a great trick. It's called the stochastics. And I use the slow stochastic. You can see it's going under 80% right now. You're out of that trade. That was a good one. That was a good one. So yeah, your audience should all sign up for this newsletter because I do all the work and it gets sent out every morning. And we're on the money, man. Fuel Cell, Plug, and CEI are all in the same group, up strong, especially CEI. Going to test $1.70. You got to be careful of that number. Breakout above $1.70. That's a lot of good work every morning. It's worth $7 a month. I can't give you guys a break because, dude, there ain't no, I have to be giving it away for that. You know what I mean? Don't want to give it away. It's too much work. What else anybody want to look at? Give me another one, dudes. While you got me, we got 5 more minutes. Come on now. PAS, silver. You like silver? Yeah, looks good on the 5 minute, but let me switch to the daily. Silver, yeah. William, I think silver, you can do better with crypto silver and crypto gold. Those. I'm going for the Crippy. Let me bring you over to CoinMarketCap. Let me show you a couple of coinies. Like the gold coin. Right here. Pax gold, Bitcoin gold, digital gold. I like Bitcoin gold, coin number 93. Cruising at 55. Let's look at, see if they have any silver. Silver stonks. Mirrored shares of the Silver Trust right here and a silver token. This one's number 680 right here. Mirrored iShares Silver Trust. Mirror assets reflected on the blockchain. Mirror protocols allows the creation of fungible assets, synthetics that track the price of real world assets. We don't know, want to just track silver. I want to have like a digital kind of digital action. But yeah, this is going to be the year of the crypto for sure. On my website, mojodaytrading.com, I'm going to be getting a lot more into crypto. I have my crypto right here, the tab at the top. I got my crypto education and my watch list. Watch list is beautiful. I got the marketplace, all the exchanges that I trade on. I'm trying out a new exchange this week, by the way, called BitGet. I have Bitmart, Bittrex, BitGet, KuCoin, Binance, Coinbase, got the whole, all of them. And this is every single coin. What they do, a video about them, built it on my website. Cannabis coin, ganja coin, canna coin, hemp coin, pot coin. Did you know there was 5 coins related to marijuana? Mojo coin, look, I got my own coin, bro, right here, look. Mojo coin, nice. There's a couple of good ones in here. Linda coin, you know Linda? Deep Onion, a lot of people don't know about these. These are going to be the future, a lot of these. Pascal, Feather coin, as light as a feather. Go Byte's a good coin. Steam dollars. Steam is good, dude. Steam is like guys like me and you, Dave, that do content online, like you connect to this thing called Odyssey, ODYSEE, and you get paid in credits right here, immediately spendable library credits. This is hooked up to my YouTube. So every time I do a YouTube, it gets put into Odyssey right here, and I'm building content in another platform. And when people watch the video, you get paid in library credits. So I've made 590 library credits just by posting videos. And library is LIBRY right here, library credits. It's a 4-cent particular coin, and the website's real nice. Library. What you do is when you publish things, you get paid in Bitcoin. And you should check this out. It's real nice. Introducing Odyssey and getting paid. This is like the future for us. I want you to know that. And this coin, when YouTube, if you could have first invested in YouTube when it first started, dude, you couldn't. Now you can invest and own a piece of the protocol. So if this thing lives on and guys like me, you, and thousands of other streamers in the future are posting their videos and content on sites like this so they can get paid for people watching it and taking the time to do it, that's the future, my friend. And it is the crypto space, because nothing else awards you the opportunity to do that. Man, look at that RNAS go, boys. 435 on RNAS, new high. You like that crypto, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, that's cool. I had heard something about, a little bit about that a long time ago, but I hadn't looked into that, those getting credits for that sort of thing. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, with crypto for basically small payments to content creators and that sort of thing. So
yeah, so you got to look into that, the Steemit and the library credit. So it's Steemit is the site, actually. STEEMIT, Steemit right here. You could see a Steemit. So what you do is, here's Mojo, my profile. I did crypto balls. Are your balls big? The Mojo show. I posted that. And if people do it, you get paid money. So I'm just starting to get into this. I did only 3 posts to test it. Mojo day trading's in the house. I made 16 cents just from posting that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So that's, this is the future. This is Steemit. And I get paid with the Steemit. So as the coin increases in value, all my monies from all my videos, and every time someone will increase in value, and you have your wallet right there, and there you go, bro. Mojo's getting you going on the crypto scene.
Are you doing anything with NFTs?
Yes. As a matter of fact, this is the NFT right here. NFT. Let me show you these two. This is so this one right here is an NFT that ProTrader Alan made, because every time I seem to come back, man, I do I'm the comeback kid. So Mojo, the comeback kid, see that? That's an NFT for sale on a board.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Things like that. So here's another really cool one. This is the my Giphy. It's a Giphy. I like how they make interaction and moves. Right here, this is the Homer Peppy. Right here, where's the Homer Peppy? Hold on a second. Here it is. This is an NFT. Look at that. This sold for like $1 million. Oh,
well.
Yeah, more than that. This was like one of the first ones, called Homer Pepe. It's one of the first NFTs, how it moves, and it's you know, crypto art, monetization generation. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. NFTs. RNAS is 430 now. SQQ is lower. Market's up 510 points, 34,745, out of control. Just out of control. The market is. Oh my goodness gracious miss. Goodness gracious miss. Oh my gosh. From 33.5 to 34.5, 1,000 points. Makes no sense. Just makes no sense, but I like it. More opportunity for me and all the other traders out there. So thanks for having me on the show, partner.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Do you want to say any final thing about your site or whatever?
Yeah, man. I think everybody should get in that morning newsletter that I just posted in the chat and start getting my watch list and my picks and trading with me in the Mojo room and start learning my system and courses. There's nothing better.
All right. Sounds good. I'll post in the chat again for you.
Thanks, man.